Hello everyone, welcome back to Kerbside Weekly. If you're new here, my name's Kirby. I'm a mobile mechanic, just documenting what I get up to for the week, the ups and the downs. Working on cars, it's mostly down. And this week, I'm gonna try my best, no matter what happens, whether it's wrong parts or easy jobs not going smoothly, I'm gonna try remain positive, because this is potentially my last working week of the year. I haven't got a particularly busy week. I've sort of turned off my advertising phone calls. I've done that last week because I was just flat out and stressed, so I thought I'll just stop that. So let's see how we get on this week. We'll see you in the first job. And here we've got the S3. If you guys remember, I've done the slave cylinder on it, but the pedal was still sticking afterwards. It had no pressure at first, so I've done a couple of tests, and then he said the clutch and slave cylinder had been done previously, maybe a couple of years ago, so we went with the master cylinder, and it's got pressure in it, and yeah, that's working okay, but it just sticks at a certain point sometimes. But he drove it up here today and he said it's fine, so we've got that in here. But today, first, I'm just gonna have a bit of a tidy up, because when I left here on Saturday, everything got chucked in the van and it's a bit of a mess. I've bought a new transmission jack for the workshop. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have a little tidy up. Right, now it resembles something close to clean. Bit tidied up, tools away. So we'll get started on the S3 now, I guess. Right guys, so I'm sort of doing a how-to video separately. So I've got the drive shafts out, drop links out, dog bone mount, oil level sensor, same again this side. Everything above is taken off, starter motor, let's get you up there. All that's removed. There's still a couple of bits I've got to take off here. This heat shield I think is going to be a problem because of this bracket here. There's a bolt just up there that needs to come off. Yeah, so I've recently bought a new transmission jack for the workshop. So I've just got to assemble that now. There we go. Do a job. Right, so I've got that cover off. And then I've just got those two bolts off, and I've also taken those ones off up there. So that bracket should be nice and free now. Right, so now we've got the subframe just swinging from these arms and the track rod ends. You know, this cable here's got plenty of flex on the loom. So there is one bolt at the back here. I'll come from behind. There's one bolt in here, one bolt in here, same again this side, and then you come up through this little hole up to there, and that holds up into the body of the car there, the chassis leg. So we are nearly ready to come out. We've just got to get this prop off, which I'm not too sure. I've not done one, but might be able to just unbolt it there and prise it back and get the prop just hanging down. But other than that, she's looking good. Okay, so part of the prop is out. So now, once we lower this down, should just clear the subframe. So all there was, oh my back, there was a few bolts that go in there. Make sure you make a mark on the prop. Right, we've now got the engine bar on because we're ready to take off the gearbox mount. Everything else, we've got to just take the slave cylinder pipe out. I've also put a ratchet strap just around there because I don't trust these things fully. Like, I've tightened these up and they shouldn't swivel, but I've had them swivel before, so yeah, always just support it with something else. Obviously, if you're doing this on the floor, get a jack with a block of wood underneath the sump, and then you can get your gearbox jack or whatever you want to lift the gearbox out. All right, there we go. Clutch is out, gearbox is out, and you can see how wet it is in there. Don't know if you're picking that up on the camera, but yeah, that's definitely been leaking. Right, there we go, guys, it's out. And we've got the, see how wet this gearbox is. Slave cylinder is suspected is 40. No other leaks of any sort. So, and I think he's got away with the clutch fluid not contaminating his clutch plate. So I think he's got lucky. But yeah, it's quite a bit to remove. Subframe just sits down. Prop shaft. Yeah, there's a few brackets and whatnot, and it is a bit sketchy on my new jack. You can see the weight distribution is all over the place, so yeah, I'm gonna have fun trying to get this back in because yeah, it was a bit sketchy coming out. But the time, I don't know, it's dark, don't even know what the time is. Must be about 5 o'clock now. I'm not the quickest. I did start this maybe about 11, half 11, had a lunch break. Like I said, I'm having an easy week. I was meant to start on this engine tomorrow, but the engine's still not here, and I've got in contact with them. And they was meant to be calling me back, but they haven't, so I'll finish this off, start ripping the engine out of that maybe. And I've got jobs on Wednesday and Thursday, so I have to finish it Friday or in between jobs or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's Monday. I'll just clean up this box now, and then probably call it a day. See you tomorrow. Hello everyone, it's Tuesday and it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I know I said yesterday I'm not going to let anything get me stressed, but it's a little difficult, but I'm still trying. So just been a bit of a busy fall this morning. That modified 4 Series just causing me aggro, can't get the right clamp for it. I tried to see if I've maybe put that sleeve on back to front, where sort of one diameter is bigger than the other, which I think it is, so, but it was just a struggle to try and get that sleeve off. So I got the customer to follow me to the unit, dropped him back home, and then another customer called. This is my problem, just saying yes to everybody. He's another good customer. He's got problems with his vans and his business, and you know, I'm just trying to help, which I should just say no, I can't do it just yet. So I've just been to have a look at that. His van, he's got an oil leak, a coolant leak, brakes all need doing. I now need to go back to the units to finish off this S3, and then that Golf, the Mark 6 I've got in there for a new engine was meant to be here last Tuesday. It's now Tuesday again, and the sellers have just been really bad getting back to me. Finally got them on the phone yesterday afternoon, and they said, oh yep, it's with the courier, the engine's with the courier. I'm going to try and find out where it is. Rang them today, apparently the courier's lost it, so they're going to have to get me another engine, which they've got coming in. But the problem is, what state's that engine in? Like, I went with this particular engine because it had low mileage. When are they going to get that engine to me? So yeah, it's all fun on my stress-free week, but I'm not quite at the stage of pulling my hair out yet. So we'll see how we get on with this Audi. Hopefully get that finished late tonight, because I'm slow and I'm demotivated, I'm tired. So yeah, I'll see you there. Right, we are back on the S3, just bleeding it up at the first opportunity. Because you don't want to do all that work and then realise there's a problem with the sleeve. So yeah, just gonna bleed that up, make sure we've got a pedal, and then hopefully just throw everything back in, just like that. Guys, I think I've made a very significant mistake. Let me show you. Right, so gearbox is back up, obviously. Subframe's back up. Exhaust is back up. Prop is back up. And what else? I mean, I've put a few bits on. Started to put the starter motor in, and then you've got this heat shield here, and that bolts onto this little bracket here, which sits around this cup. Now, I can't remember if I took it out. Well, I'm pretty sure I didn't, because it doesn't fit round the back. So you see how that sort of sits round. It should sit kind of there. But I think it fell out when I took the box out or started separating the box. I should have put this on as the box was going in. Wouldn't be such a problem. But I think at the end of this hole here, is a 6mm Allen key, but it's, I mean, you've got to go from here to here, and I haven't got a Allen key that long. I've got long ones, but there must be a special tool for it. But I just don't think I'm going to get this bent up around. I can get part of it round, but just the shape of it, I don't think that's going to go. So the only two ways of getting that back in is must be a special Allen key long enough to get into there, or take the box partially back out, which ain't gonna happen. I gotta laugh. Yeah, I don't even know what the time is right now. It's dark. Must be about 6:30, 7. Engine hasn't turned up for that. They've promised me it's going to turn up by the end of the week, but who knows. Okay, it's in there. So I just had to take the oil return pipe completely off, and then it was very tight, but it's doable and it's in there. I can't tell you how pleased I am with that. Finally. Right, let's crack on. Right guys, that's me all done. S3 is out there. Just got to bring it back in, put it in the corner. We've got the 4 Series up here, just because I couldn't be bothered to do it on the floor. Having a ramp is bad news because I just can't be bothered to do anything mobile anymore. But yeah, glad to get one job out of the way. We'll get back on this tomorrow, and then yeah, it's late. I think it's probably about 8:30 at the minute, but that's done. So yeah, just gonna lock up, put the S3 to bed. See you tomorrow. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Thursday now. Thursday, I think. I've lost count of all my days. Might be Wednesday actually. But yeah, I've just got this Mercedes in for service, and I've got the use of my father-in-law's workshop at his yard, just next to his Cresta. He's just currently doing a restoration on this. All original. Paintwork's been done, engine's been done. It's just a few bits, I think, to get sorted. Some window sills and things like that. This would make a good workshop, wouldn't it? And there's one equal size next door. One day. Yeah, we've always said I'd like these workshops as a garage, but now I've got my workshop, so it doesn't really matter for now. But yeah, let's get on with the service. So we've got this petrol Mercedes in for a full service. Spark plug, just doing the oil. So oil's done, just getting onto the spark plugs, and look at the state of that for a coil pack. I don't know. Yeah, so these 2 air pipes that go on here, they've just got to come off. Air box, the top cover's got to come off. ECU sits on it. Mercedes, modern Mercedes, actually any Mercedes, they are a bit overcomplicated. Oh well, here we go. Right, so we're just heading down now to a place called Style Dynamics, I believe. They're just going to make me a sleeve for the exhaust. And he's going to do it last minute. The time's now 20 to 4, and I rang him up about 20 minutes ago, explained what I needed. He even knew kind of what I needed. Obviously this is what they do day in, day out. So he said, yeah, bring whatever you've got down, we'll make up the right sleeve for you. So yeah, he's getting me out of trouble here, because this 4 Series has been too long. It's been ongoing. So yeah, we'll see you once we've got this exhaust sleeve. There we go, guys. Fits like an absolute glove. That is a really good piece of engineering there. So simple. Yeah, must have just been a bit of a mix-up between myself and Darkside, when I just assumed they knew what size the original exhaust was. So but yeah, those guys, if you need any exhaust work doing in High Wycombe and surrounding areas, yeah, Style Dynamics, great bunch of guys, very helpful. Right, that's it for Wednesday. So after we put the exhaust on, there was just still a lack of power. So I thought, because that exhaust had broken off, I'm sure if you've been following, you'll see, but if you haven't seen any of my previous videos, go back and just have a look. Well, I'll show you what the exhaust looks like. So that's the old downpipe, and just this end, the weld around here had completely snapped off, and there's another piece that goes onto the turbo here. So because that was off, I thought the car was registering a limp mode. So I've put that exhaust on and it still sounded flat. So I've done a smoke test and there was no leaks anywhere. And then I'd already checked out the air filter. Look at the state of this. It's just so dirty, and it started coming away. So yeah, that's not doing its job. So I'm gonna, if I've got time, service this tomorrow. It's definitely due one. So I'll get that done. Or maybe I should start it tonight. But it's getting on. I don't want to do late nights on the road. Okay, I'm going to start it now because I just remembered I was meant to do a service on this, I think just before he broke down, and I've had these parts on my van for ages, but he cancelled it for whatever reason, can't remember. I think, well, it might have been we've cancelled the service because it had this issue. So yeah, I'll throw this on now. Maybe do the oil and oil filter. Because I'm not doing the fuel filter now. That's ball ache underneath. So yeah. There we go. Air filter's done. Just draining the oil. Oil filter's done. And the fuel filter, I think, is underneath this panel, this side. Possibly. Fuel lines there. So yes, it's going to be this side. Oh, there it is. Yeah, up there. Yeah, we'll get this panel off while it's up. Might as well get it done tonight. I tell you what, having a ramp to do servicing and any sort of work is just so much better than rolling around underneath the car. Yeah, it just makes life so much easier. Yeah, I'm gonna get what's the word, spoilt with the ramp. I'm gonna go to mobile jobs and, well, like this one really, I went to it to try and do the exhaust and it was just a bit of a faff. Had it on the ramp, no problem at all. Had the transmission jack holding the rest of the exhaust up. Took that sleeve off, just draining the oil out. So much easier. This whole panel here with the 8 mils, it can just be a pain trying to crawl underneath and then swiveling it. So just waiting for that to finish so I can use my drain pan to catch any fuel, and then we'll be done. And that is me done. Done for the day. I think it must be about 8:30 now. Finished that a little while ago. Just cleaned up a bit. Well, I say cleaned up, it was a proper mess. Going home. 2 more days. Possibly might have to work after this week as well. We'll see. Right, see you tomorrow. Welcome back. It's Thursday. And we've got deja vu again. third time lucky with this Sprinter gearbox, and we got the Pollen King. The Pollen King returns, the trilogy. He's got his mum's jacket on, but we got the right gearbox this time. So James is cleaning it out. This is the old one that we've got the new slave cylinder on. Just gonna get that cleaned out while I do the gear cables. So to do the gear cables, you've just got to take all of these trims off. I've just got a couple of screws, I think the other side, and then this is ready to come off because the cables route down that way.
Not that it matters too much, but we've used the hardware from his original box just because some random bolts. I mean, these are original. Just, yeah, all cleaned up, look pretty similar now. New slaves in. No way we'd use that. This had been leaking a little bit anyways. That's why the box was a bit of a mess. But all nice and tidy, cleaned up. Milwaukee power. Sorted that out nicely. Get that thrown in a bit. So like this is the back scenes of what actually Aaron does. He's just chatting away as usual. It doesn't work. Yeah, isn't it? You're doing the pollen filter over there.
Sorry, Pollen King.
Are you doing a pollen filter over there? The gear cables are in here, mate, not over there by the pollen filter, bro.
You know how much you got to take off?
I know.
Just to get this off, got to take the glove box out.
Pollen filter?
Pollen filter out.
Wicked.
I don't want to take.
Do you want me to do it?
I don't want to take your livelihood, mate. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's clipped in, mate. Good. Aaron was too quick. I was trying to get under to film it so you can see him feed it through. Nah, mate, I'm just putting it on the prevention, innit? Prevention is the cure, mate. So there's a breather hose that runs at the back of the block there, and I've just put some red rubber grease there just so it slides in nice onto the bell housing and it doesn't get trapped. So it will just push past. Now I've got a bit of grease on. Everything's clean, that'll fly back in again. There's the clean box. Alright, on first. Second. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth.
Good morning, guys. Finally Friday. I'll explain what went on yesterday in a second, but at first got this Honda Civic in for a knocking noise, and I've taken it for a quick spin, and on lock to lock there's a bit of a knock at the front which would suggest a top mount, but also there's a anti-roll bar link that the boot has just perished and looks a bit dry in there, so we'll go with one of those first because there's no playing anything else and nothing else obvious. So we'll go for that first, and I'll tell you about what went on yesterday. I'm just going to give these keys back to the customer. Right, so there's a bit of a gap between videos yesterday and today. That's because we fitted that gearbox. We struggled to get it in all honesty. Me and James were both absolutely shattered before we even got there because we both had late nights, consecutive late nights working. So yeah, we just struggled to get the box in, and put the new cables in, boxed it all back up, and it wasn't going into first or fifth, or so we believe anyway. And there is adjustments you can do with the cables, so we messed around with that. I bought genuine cables from Mercedes, but what they failed to tell me was they don't come with these little end caps that go onto the gear selector on the gearbox. You have to take the old ones off or get new ones, but these were so seized up they were very hard to make the adjustments. So we messed around with that for quite some time because we thought there's no way this can be another bad box, you know. So yeah, we messed around with that for ages, and then I was under pressure to get to another 2 jobs, which I only managed to get to 1 in the end. But yeah, so I said to the customer, look, it could be the box, or you know, it could be these cables, I'm not quite sure. I've tried to adjust it 100 times. Anyway, he messaged me, he took it for a drive. He said that the van's never driven so good. So that was quite, you know, that was quite pleasing. But he said first gear is where third should be, and he could get into reverse without pulling the gear stick up. So on these you can just, you know, press that and pull it over to the side and down, and it will go into reverse. But he said he could get reverse without doing that, and he couldn't get 5th and 6th, but all the other gears he could get. So I'm gonna order 2 new end caps, or paws, or whatever they're called, and go back another time, 4th time, and hopefully get that sorted, because I think that should be right. We put new gearbox oil in it as well. So yeah, that's why I didn't get much filmed yesterday, basically. So here we are, Friday. Fairly easy day. I've just jinxed myself now. Just had a look at this Civic, and I'll be back in the new year to fit that. Got 2 services to do, set of brakes and some rear shocks, so should be relatively straightforward. Famous last words, I know. And then today was meant to be my last day. I thought I wanted a nice sort of prolonged period off just to get a break, but I've got another job, set of brakes and an oil leak and a coolant leak and an engine light on and an airbag light, all on this crafter from a customer. And he runs a dog daycare sort of business. He picks the dogs up in this van, and he's getting his license, so the van needs to be tip top, and obviously he's self-employed, so that needs to be done ASAP. And then I've got this engine for this Golf still not turned up. This company up north called Speedy Salvage, nothing speedy about them. They're absolutely useless. I've emailed them on eBay numerous times, spoken on the phone, and apparently they're going to send, you know, just rubbish service. So that customer now, he probably not going to get his car back this time before the new year. All right, he's got the Focus that I gave him, so he should be okay, but it's not like having your own car. But yeah, anyway, that's the Friday rant over. Let's get on with it. Right, I've just finished a little oil change on that Tiguan. If you remember, a few weeks back, done a starter motor on it, where the RAC failed to diagnose the earth cable. So just been back to service that. Got to service his missus' car in the new year. On to the next one, which is just some brakes on a Ford KA, I believe. So we're just now on these brakes for this Ford KA. You can see the pads are just totally corroded and falling apart. Pretty stuck in there. Shouldn't have to be hitting them out with a hammer. Look at that, falling to bits. Obviously the discs as well, not in great condition. This slide pin was also seized, but we got sent some of this Launch UK Power Lube Plus from old Baz Meredith. I'll leave his link in the description. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of him before, and that's worked wonders on that little slide pin. Just got to clean up all these so the new pads slide. Get these off. There you go, all cleaned up, and this is how easy They should slide. There we are, all finished. New hardware. Everything moving smoothly. Gonna let the customer know about this shock. Not in the best condition. Right, that's the brakes down. It's 2 o'clock. I did stop for a bit of lunch, which is unusual from me. I stopped at a little cafe to get some jacket potato, baked beans and cheese. But I'm just losing all motivation to do anything. And I've got to go do this service and rear shocks on a little CRB, I think it is. And it's a bit of a drive. It's not normally an area I cover, but it's for a friend. So yeah, getting that done. And also this S3 I done the clutch on. He was driving home. He said it all felt fine, clutch was fine, but it just started to lose power. He said there was a bit of smoke that had come up behind the engine somewhere. No leaks underneath. The clutch pedal still feels good. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, so I've just got to nip round and have a look at that. But yeah, and the phone doesn't stop. I've still got people calling me, and the problem is, it's nice, easy work. Hello Aaron, don't know if you remember me from last year. You done a crank pulley on my Honda CRV, but my brakes are making a scraping noise. And that's, you know, it's bread and butter, cream, as they call it. And I need to I need to have some time off, but little jobs like that just keeps people on the road. If he said, oh, I need a service, I would probably say it can probably wait until the new year. But seeing as we're coming up to Christmas, people are going away, seeing family, jobs like that, they need their car. So I haven't replied to him yet. I might see if the Pollen King wants it. See if he fancies some brakes. Anyway, probably won't do much filming at the S3 because I'm sure the customer's going to want to know what's going on and he'll be around. So yeah, I'll let you know what's happened with that. Right, so that S3, it was the actual clutch that's burnt out. Bit of a strange one, to be honest. He said it drove up relatively fine when he dropped it off to do that slave cylinder, but yeah, you can smell the clutch has burnt out straight away. He said it drove fine, leaving my unit, done some shopping, was all right. It's not until we got on to an A road, national speed limit, he put his foot down a little bit, and then yeah, that's when it started losing power, smoking. I wouldn't have thought it's anything I've done because those clutches, they're all hydraulic. Well, you know, that operates it all. It's not like I've adjusted a cable too far or something. Yeah, so they're gonna have to put another clutch in it at some point. Bit of a shame. I do feel for the customer there, but you know, the clutch kit and flywheel, I think he was just saying it's about £1,000, so that's why we didn't change that at the same time. Now we're just on our way to do a quick oil change and some rear shocks, and then I'm done. So just finishing off the service on this little Seat Ibiza. Already drained the oil out and filter, that's on down there. Got the easy fill. So moving on to the other job, these rear shocks. You can see a bit of a leak on them, but they've failed an MOT. I've already done the other side, which is here. They're not too bad. I mean, a bit of weeping. And they have got resistance in them. Maybe the rebound's a little slow. They do need doing, but worthy of failing an MOT? I don't know. I'm not an MOT tester, so if there are, let me know. Is that a fail? I don't think so. And they wanted £500 labour to change these. I don't know if that was shocks included. Must have been. But all it is an 18mm bolt here. 2 16s up there. So this is the new shock. I've still got to bring that up and tie it up, but I just want to show you the rebound. It's a little bit quicker. But yeah, there we go. All built back up. Throw it on, job done. Right guys, that's my working week and possibly year done. Well, it is for Kerbside Weekly anyway. I've probably got 1 or 2 little jobs, probably some breaks next week, which I probably won't film. But yeah, like I said, between Christmas and New Year, I might try and get out some other videos of the cars I've got and working on them. Yeah, just so I've got a bit more content to put out in that time, keep you guys happy. Nice easy end to the week and to the year, to be honest. Today it's been nice, nothing's gone wrong, nice easy work. Yeah, so just want to say big thank you for watching, subscribing, commenting and all the likes. You know, obviously I try and reply to every single comment on there, so I really appreciate it. More to come next year. Comment, like and subscribe.